Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to Natalie Levin Astrology. So happy to see you. I'm going to do this so that my hope is that you really can hear me. I will honestly say that there is a little television show going on in the background so that I can make this video. I'd love to tell you about what are some of the energies with which we're working today in the heavens. This is really a nice look. This is why my YouTube channel is not going to garner like 50,000 views. And I'm okay with that. The moon is in Sagittarius right now. I always look at the moon. Oh, today is May 8th, 2020. I look at the moon to see how we're feeling and in our collectively in our emotional world. And the moon right now is in Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is usually ebullient and a little more upbeat. However, it's also the truth seeker and the truth speaker. And I'm noticing in the collective that we are really, as a species, very interested in what is the truth right now? What is actually really happening? So that is quite, I'm noticing obsessing many people's inner worlds and emotional worlds. So that's happening. That's in the heavens. So as above, so below. And we also have right now, Venus is in Gemini, and as of May 13th, which is in 5 days, Venus will become retrograde, which is an optical illusion. When we talk about, I imagine some of you have heard the expression Mercury is retrograde. Well, right now the moon, other planets become retrograde as well. And when a planet goes retrograde or is retrograde, it appears to be going backwards in the heavens to our eyes. It's an optical illusion. And the energy of what we feel down here on Earth when a planet is retrograde is, it can feel like an opportunity to reflect and review. Retrograde as re-words, R-E, review, reflect, revise, rediscover. And if it's Venus in Gemini, Venus is love and also money. Venus is love, and if she's in Gemini, Gemini is very chatty, and Gemini likes to talk and visit. So when she's going backwards, I am imagining you might feel or receive visits in some form from old past loves or flames. It might be in dreams, it might be in memories, it might be that you see a bit of news or something pop up on social media that is like, oh my gosh, I wonder what was going on with her. Or, oh, now I know. Wow, she really came up for me. And when that happens, Aunt Orderly invites us to visit with those ghosts. And not necessarily if it's not safe for you to talk to the person, but, you know, how are you doing? There's some sort of a lesson that the person is bringing when Venus is retrograde. Like, where was I when I was with that person? Oh, that was really, I wasn't in my healthiest state. And this is a great reminder and signpost for me about how far I've come, how much healthier I am now. So I invite you to notice if those things start to come up for you. They might already be happening. And we also, speaking of Gemini, have the node, which is our collective life mission, for lack of a better, I don't know how else to explain it. Our collective life mission is also in Gemini, and it just moved into Gemini, I think on May 5th. So 3 days ago from Cancer. It had been in Cancer for about 1.5 years. Now it's in Gemini, so I am imagining there's going to be even more data coming at us. Gemini is data. Gemini is processing of data. It's also a very fast-moving, quick brain. I know for me, my mind has been very busy since it moved into Gemini on May 5th. I actually just put that together, and I've been having trouble quieting my mind. You might find the same. So that is also up very much. We have the energy of death and transformation. Okay. My kitten. Death and transformation continuing to sit with us, and it's retrograde as well. So themes around dying and death and being bullied, using power for a great cause. These are Plutonian themes. Might be up for you as well to relook at, like, oh wow, how do I really feel about death? Have I actually, if I haven't personally done this, but have I made a living will? Is that something that I have thought about? Have I made a will at all? These are themes that are up now to be revisited, because Pluto also is retrograde. Pluto is death and transformation. So that theme is highly active. We also have the energy of Mercury in Taurus, which is a little bit, Mercury in Taurus is a little, it's not as fast with its words. So that's in a contrast to the way we have two energies in Gemini. So I feel like you might want to have a lot of words come out of your mouth, and it might be hard to find the words right now because Taurus is earth, it's fixed, it's stuck, and Gemini Mercury likes to go, so he is a little bit not in his favorite place in Taurus. So if you're having trouble finding your words, I invite you to be gentle with yourself and know that the planets are always moving, and this too shall pass. Little phlegm. And again, as always, please know that we have Neptune in Pisces, not as always, but as for the next few years. We have Neptune in Pisces, which means that none of us really knows what the heck is going on. Neptune rules the media. Neptune rules the news, the news outlets. So I believe that is true. So we have, and Neptune is completely in the most foggy sign that it could possibly be in. So any information that you get right now is not, I think is really not, it would be very hard to trust. And so I invite you to keep that in mind as you keep hearing all these different stories coming up. A little bit of phlegm. And one of the other things that is happening, and is coming up shortly to happen in the next few days or in the next few weeks, is Mars is going to be trining, that's a harmonious energy, trining our north node in Gemini. So Mars is the angry planet, the planet of war and aggression, and our nodes are our collective life mission. So I feel like you might notice that anger and aggression and violence are up even more in the collective in the next few weeks. So with that kind of a transit, when I know that that's coming, I simply notice, I don't stop my life at all, but I keep my eyes peeled. I'm like, I get my spidey senses a little higher up. Like, okay, if I see someone who's looking a little bit like he or she or they are having a real big challenge and their energy feels off, I'm going to give a wide berth. With these transits and these aspects, I think that would be a wise practice right now. I'm wondering how what I said lands with you. And if you feel moved to, after you watch this video, if you care to share or like, I'm having trouble finding my words, Mercury and Taurus right now. Like or subscribe if it's on YouTube. I invite you to subscribe. And if you are curious to know how these energies are hitting you personally in your personal astrological chart, they'll be hitting everyone differently right now. I invite you to reach out to me and we can set up a time to talk. I am finding that people are feeling very, very validated knowing about their astrological charts, and it can help them to feel like they are beshert, which is Yiddish for meant to be, and it's very beautiful and moving work. I'm so glad you chose to incarnate. Please keep in mind that everything I have said in this video is seeing it through the veil of my experience in this lifetime, and I hope that you take amazing care of your beautiful, precious self. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, bye-bye.